Ever feel like you're just crawling through a book? You want all that knowledge, but man, the process is just so slow. Well, what if I told you that reading fast isn't about being a genius? Nope, it's a physical skill. And today, we're going to turn you into an athlete of the written word by mastering your visual efficiency.
You know the feeling, right? You've read the exact same sentence like 3 times in a row and still nothing. Your brain was completely somewhere else. It's so frustrating and feels like such a waste of time. But here's the thing. This isn't some deep-seated focus problem, and it's definitely not a life sentence.
And this is probably the most important thing you need to hear. Your reading speed has almost nothing to do with how smart you are. Seriously, it's just a physical habit your eyes learned when you were a kid. And just like a wonky golf swing or a clumsy tennis serve, those old habits can be broken and replaced with new, way more powerful ones.
So if we're going to speed things up, we first have to meet the bad guys. There are these 2 super sneaky habits that are secretly wrecking your reading speed. Let's unmask them so we can finally take them down.
And here they are, subvocalization and regression. One is that little narrator in your head, and the other is your eye's nervous twitch. You put them together and they are a powerhouse duo that keeps you stuck in the slow lane. Let's take a closer look at each one.
All right, let's talk about villain number 1, subvocalization. You know that little voice in your head that reads along with you? Well, it's basically putting a speed limit on your brain. Here's why. You can think way faster than you can speak. But by saying every single word in your head, you're forcing your brain to crawl along at the pace of your voice. It's the single biggest bottleneck holding you back.
And here's its partner in crime, regression. This is that tiny involuntary flicker where your eyes jump backwards to reread something you just saw. It's a nervous habit that absolutely kills your momentum. Every little jump just shatters your focus and forces your brain to figure out where it was again. It's like death by 1,000 tiny regressions.
Okay, so we've identified the villains. Now, how do we actually fight back? Well, the solution isn't about trying to think faster. It's about taking direct control over the physical act of reading. It's time to start training your eyes.
I really want you to let this sink in. Reading is a sport, and your eyes, they're the athletes. So the goal isn't to think harder, it's to move your eyes with more speed, more efficiency, and more control. We're shifting our focus from mental strain to physical discipline.
Okay, enough with the theory. Let's get practical. I'm going to give you 2 simple but really powerful tools that you can add to your toolkit today to defeat our reading villains once and for all. First up, let's silence that inner voice. Here's your drill. Grab a book. Now, as you read, either hum softly to yourself or just count 1, 2, 3 over and over in your mind. I know, it feels a little weird, but it's basically a mental hack. It keeps the part of your brain that speaks busy, which forces your eyes to do the work of absorbing the meaning directly. Trust me, it's a total game changer.
Next, we got to stop that back skipping. The best tool for this is a pacer. You can just use your finger or a pen or even a card. All you do is guide it smoothly under each line of text as you read, just a little bit faster than your normal pace. See, your eyes are hardwired to follow motion. This super simple trick creates this unstoppable forward momentum and breaks that habit of regression for good.
You know, when you start using these physical tools, you're not just reading faster, you are literally rewiring your brain and taking back control. So let's lock in these key takeaways so you can get started.
So here's your game plan. Number 1, it's all about controlling your eyes, not letting them control you. Number 2, you gotta actively work to silence that inner narrator to break the sound barrier. 3, use a physical pacer to force that forward momentum. And finally, and this is crucial, just like lifting weights, this is all about practice. You're building muscle memory for your eyes, and that takes consistency.
So I want to leave you with this thought. Just imagine the knowledge you could gain, the skills you could learn, the incredible worlds you could explore. Reading faster isn't just about saving a little time. It's about blowing open a whole new world of possibilities. So what would you do with that kind of power?